Solza. Solza had two places called Castello, one not far from the Grandone stream and the second one in the centre of the town. Originally, on the site where the castle now stands, several buildings were present, which together probably made up a fortified place for the common defence of the various proprietors. Amongst these, the Colleoni had a dominant role, and in one of those houses Bartolomeo was born. The topography of the ancient centre of Solza denotes a circular pattern that in many places is a sign of an ancient fortification in the town. This was the first structure of the Colleoni castle. After this first phase, the second saw the construction of a tower and the annexed southern body, which dates to the 13th century. A third moment led to the creation around the existing tower of a fortification which took the form of a castle. In 1998 it was bought by the town of Solza. Between 2002 and June of 2005 it was restored with a project by Gualtiero Berti. The complex is an irregular four-sided structure, closed at one time on all sides by high curtain walls, whilst now they are demolished on the west side. All the perimeter wall is in river stones arranged in a herringbone pattern with well-squared cantonal and with a cordon finished in stone with a sequence of slots. Three sides preserved almost complete crowning battlements, and walls made of river stones regularly bordered by rows of bricks that once completed the entire perimeter of a patrol walkway in large slabs of stone, of which now there are traces only on the south side. All around the castle there was a dry moat, which is still clearly identifiable today, even though it is filled. On the east side, outside, a square slab shows the Colleoni coat of arms with poles in the form of a lion's head. In the walls, several openings for culverins and pantaoles. On the western side, a door projecting from the wall, once equipped with a drawbridge, allows access to the fort. The porcelain squared stone houses the seatings for lodging the bridge in the jambs, beside which there are two openings with architrave and shoulders in sandstone. On the left side of the structure there is a stone engraved with the sontigram of San Bernardino of Siena, more or less attributable to the 15th century. The buildings within the complex were built at different times. The room that opens onto the courtyard was built after the transformation into a farmhouse. Inside the rooms that still have walls in stones and bricks at sight, you may notice a barrel vault in pebbles on the ground floor, openings with pointed arch rings and a side window with seating on the north side. In 1465 Colleoni was invested with the fief of Solza, and the castle was the subject of a restoration that saw among others the construction of brick battlements. On the death of the commander of the fort property, passed by will to Pius Place of Mercy of Bergamo, which he established in 1466, that also had disputes with the inhabitants for its maintenance. In the early 16th century it was restructured with the addition of houses that made it usable. Recovering it from an uninhabitable state. The complex maintained the defensive characteristics at least through that century, with the presence of private homes. After 1616 the tower was demolished, retaining only the ground floor and a portion of the eastern side. The complex was used as a farmhouse and gradually deteriorated.